Hello. I just want to talk about something positive. We've got I say positive. It's multifaceted, this one, but just thinking, I've got a few friends now who are really, really suffering at the moment, and I just want to say that my heart goes out to you. I know, been there, go there all the time, um, and I was just thinking, all the suffering I've done, a lot of it is because I haven't got no self control over my emotions because I am an empath, and so it's like this last couple of days I've done nothing but cry, just crying. And then I'm sitting there thinking, why am I crying? And it's not for me, it's not mine. It's because I feel so much despair for people because, the town that I live in is a tourist town and it's so beautiful. I fought to be here, I love it so much. And they declared that the hotel industries are closing down until further notice. They say till January, but for those of us in the know, we know that this is never going back to what you would call normal. So it's really upsetting, really, to think that there's so many people going to be out of work now, right so close to Christmas again. And these people have got hope that they'll get furloughed, and not all of them will. And some of them are getting laid off. Some will be getting furloughed, but only till December or January, which is the most expensive time of the year for people who've got families. And then, of course, you go back in January to work and to get told that there is no more. And that's what's going to happen. And it's upsetting me because I'm looking into the future and I'm looking into the future because that's where we need to be looking right now. Is this thing going to go away? No, it's not. Is the hotel industry going to get back on its feet and thrive again? And the answer is no, unless we go into a massive non-compliance. It's the only way that's going to work. But people are complying and they're doing as they're told, and they think if they do as they're told that everything will go back to how it was. But if we look backwards into history, isn't this the same speech they got in the wars? You know? Do as you're told, everything will be back to normal and blah blah blah. And how many people got led to POW camps and got exterminated in there? And on the way there, they're holding each other's hands going, if we just do as we're told, we'll be fine. I've seen pictures of people lined up against a wall, and these include women and kids, and they've got their hands up against the wall, and they're getting shot for the crime of what? For being in the wrong body, the wrong country, the wrong age, the wrong religion, the wrong anything, and they got shot. And on the way to that, they probably all thought, if we just do as we're told, we'll be fine. And the answer is no. Now, I have said this before in another video, that we're living in 2020, which is the year of clear vision and the ability to see things for what they are. And this year has been really interesting in that respect because haven't we seen the true colours of each other this year more than any other? This is the year of exposure. We see it for what it is. But apparently, I said this before as well, that because of the Mayan calendar was changed into the Gregorian calendar, or is it, and the Julian calendar, because it's been changed so many times, we are actually really in 2012. And the Mayan calendar ends on the 21st of December 2012. So apparently, on the 21st of December, we're goners. So this is going to be really interesting. Now, there's so many factors going on here, and it's quite funny. We've got the religious people saying Jesus is coming, and it's the rapture, and he's going to come and take away his people, the people who are loyal to him and who believe in him. And then you've got the people who are saying the Palladians are coming, and they're coming from 5D planets to take away the warriors and take them back and upgrade us to 5D. There are other people who think an alien invasion is coming, and some people say it's real, some it's fake, and it's a planned event. using technology, and I'm trying to think what it was called. I know what it is called. I can't remember. Remind me of it. And it's a technology using laser beams, and they can actually do it. It's like an holographic thing. I forgot what it's called, but there are people who think that's going to happen, but it isn't real, and people will believe it's real, and then they'll all fall down on their knees, and then they'll do as they're told, because they'll say to the government, please help us, and they'll jump in and go, right, this is what the rules are, and this is what we're going to do. One world religion, one world order. There you go. There's so many scenarios, and the truth is, it could be any of them or none of them. And do we really know? And it's interesting how we choose the one that resonates with us and the one that feels the best for us. We've got people going through this year saying, think positive thoughts and only positive things can happen because we're using the law of attraction. Well, how's that faring? Have you still got your income, your home, your job? If so, how long for? Because they're getting more and more eradicated by the day. So let's see how that plans out over the next year or two. But it's interesting because I've got a lot of... I don't have a lot of friends, but I have a tribe. And the tribes are people who are on my team and all on my side, but we've all got our own take on everything. So like I said, some people are religious and some are spiritual, some are neither. And some say we're the ones who have to change this. It's not going to come from another source. It's not going to come from outside of us. But the thing that lacks the most in this world, and the thing that would change it in a heartbeat, regardless of religion, regardless of belief system, is one word. And that would change everything in a heartbeat. And that is love. When we talk about love, we talk about it from an egotistical point of view. You know, like, what is love? Like, I love my dog. I love my husband. I love my wife. I love my family. I love me. I love anything. Blah, blah, blah. But we all have our own take on what it actually is. And how many of us love each other? Like, truly. As in, if you saw another child suffering, would you take that responsibility onto yourself and treat that child as your own? And love that child as you would love your own child? And would you have that compassion for somebody who was elderly, who wasn't related to you? Like, could you go into a nursing home and look at all the residents in there and go, they're my family, and I'm going to love them as if that is my real mum and dad? And I think we're disconnected from each other. I think that's the big problem. I think we have become this... I think we're becoming inhumane. It's like, we can say we love... I love you, I love anybody, I love the world. And then we sit inside our houses with our doors shut and we don't even speak to each other. You know, where's the love getting spread when we're holding it inside and we're not sharing it? And I was thinking about it and I thought, these last couple of days, I'm getting cabin fever again. And isn't this what's happening to us? We're being told to stay away from each other, which I do anyway, to be fair, because I'm a hermit, but we're being told to stay away from each other, don't have contact with each other because you're all diseased and you're all carriers, and if you go near each other you've got the blood of the nation on your hands, so just stay away, stay apart, don't socialise, don't touch each other, blah blah blah. And that is taking away the essence of who we are, because we are loving beings and this is what we should be doing. And it just dawned on me yesterday, that's why I feel so emotional, because we've lost that. You know, I'm not getting hugged. I'm not hugging people. I am not showing love to people because I'm not seeing them, because I'm locked in my caravan and I can't be bothered with them. And I'm thinking, this is what's wrong. This is what is wrong. When we all lock ourselves away and put ourselves in our little boxes and everything, we become insular, and then we think about me, and it's all about me. And this is what should be all about each other. And when I go out, I see people and we're just so disconnected. we're not smiling at each other because everyone's wearing a mask. Apart from me, I do wear it in some places where I really have to, but only if I'm running in and out, and I don't want to, and it goes against my will to do it. But sometimes I will do it, but generally I don't. But you're not seeing expressions on people's faces. You've only seen the eyes, and so there's no smiling, and there's no, it's like we're getting taken away from each other. And what we're teaching the children of today and tomorrow is that human contact is wrong, and it's not good for you, and it's dangerous, and that is taking away our humanity. And this is what's wrong about the world. I want to go outside and hug everyone. I want to go and say to everyone, just stuff it all off and let's just be there for each other, and if anybody needs me, let's just be there. But do you know what? I went up to, this is a family friend. This is a couple of weeks ago. I was with Paul, and we were outside the shop and we saw this friend of Paul's family. And I went towards him not thinking, because normally when you see someone for the first time in a couple of years, you go and give them a hug. And I went towards him and he stepped back with his mask on, and straight away I felt really bad. Like, oh, I've just offended him. And yet last time he saw me a couple of years ago, he gave me a big bear hug. And then this time it was like, oh, there was no words spoken, but it jarred on me and it made me feel really bad about myself. And I thought, this is what we're losing. And then we wonder why people are lonely, and why they feel despair, and why they feel bad. I mean, how are you supposed to meet people and make friends and have a support network if you're not even allowed to communicate with each other physically? I can talk to you on Facebook, but is that the same as going for a coffee? It's not, is it? It's just not. And I don't want to get into a rut of becoming a recluse when I've got so much to give, because if you've got a gift of anything, why are you keeping it to yourself? And I mean, I can't even go and visit my family now, because Calderdale is in tier 3 lockdown, and they're saying nobody can stay overnight. And have you ever heard anything so ridiculous? And yet people will follow that rule. I can't go down because my family don't have me there. And it's just crazy, absolutely insane, and I can't be bothered with it. I don't want this whole C word in my life. I want it eradicated, and it's not normally there because in my world it doesn't exist. But it keeps getting enforced onto me all the time, and people are pushing it onto me saying, no, but it's real and all that lot. And I'm like, oh, come on. Anyway, I'm not going to get involved in all that again, like I said, but we need to remember that we need each other, and we are loving beings. Deep down at heart, we are loving beings that are taught that is weak. It's weak to want to be loved. It's weak to give it. It's weak to ask for it, because we're supposed to be hard, And the media portrayal of things like in films and that is people who are loving and kind are weak. It's seen as a weakness, whereas somebody who's all, hard and warlike is seen as heroic. And we should be all of it, Kindness isn't weakness. If you came to me, I'm a kind person, but if you came to me and tried to hurt me, I would take you down. I will sit there and take it. So I've got a warrior in me as well. But we're forgetting that we are made of love. That's what we're about. And that's our source. That's where we're going back, to a place of love. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Because I've had 2. And both times I felt like I'm going home. Seriously felt like I'm going home, and I'm going home to a loving family who adore me. And going home is a celebration, and that's what death felt like to me. So I'm not scared of dying, I'm not scared of that. But what upsets me is that I'm living on a low vibrational planet with people who are too scared to love me. I miss it. I miss there's no little children around me. I love children and I love animals and I love the elderly. I love people in general, but I love people who are gentle and honest. And you normally find children are honest because you haven't learned how to lie at that point, so they'll say it as it is. And the elderly are too long in the tooth to care anymore what anyone thinks, so they tend to be more honest as well. But I just miss the company of it, and I'm sat here thinking, there's people locked in nursing homes now, not allowed visitors. People laying in hospital poorly, not allowed visitors. Children getting locked up in the room, not allowed to play out, not allowed to go near strangers, not allowed this, that and other. So we're getting disconnected, aren't we? And this sense of community has gone. It's been eradicated. I want to play out with some children right now. I want to go outside and kick a ball and have a laugh and be stupid and be childlike, because that's what we lose when we grow up, isn't it? When we become an adult, we forget how to be childlike. And we don't laugh so much. It's so rare that I laugh because I'm around people who are serious, you know. There's this deadly thing going on. Ooh, it's not a laughing matter, but I want to laugh. I want to just laugh. And instead, I sat here crying yesterday, and it wasn't for me. I just feel like I just feel sadness. I feel sadness because we're losing who we are, and that's the one thing that we've got that no one should be able to take away from us, and that's our humanity. And I just find it really sad. I donated some money to a food bank and to somebody for something else, and things like that. But wouldn't it have been more special if I could have took the food into the food bank and saw the people who were getting it and give them a hug at the same time and say, there you go. But it's sort of almost, I don't know. I miss people, I miss company, and I'm missing genuineness, real friendship, real true bonding of a tribe. And I'm grateful that we've got the internet, because I've got people on there who are real, but I'll never meet them. And it's quite sad in a way, but it would be nice to go out of the door right now and sit and have a really long, good chat with somebody about things that really matter, instead of all the things that don't. Anyway, I better get off because my battery will run out in a minute and I talk too much. I talk all day. When you live on your own, right, and you don't see people very often, when you do, you're like this. And you just don't shut up. So I'm going to go. But yeah, it's just a reminder that we need to love each other more and remember that it's not all about us. We are loved. You might not think you are, but honestly, if you could tap into the spirit, I can promise you now you would feel it. You are loved more than you'll ever know. So I'm going to go. Love from me to you.